Coupe ain't got no room. Malibu go zoom. Jeep ain't got no doors. I'm ballin' Michael Jordan. Coupe ain't got no room. Chevy, it go zoom. Jeep ain't got no doors. I'm ballin' Michael Jordan. How you hatin' on a young nigga like me when you know I'm the topic? Tristan all black like I'm Black Robin, like I'm Gothic. She said she wanna come ride, she wanna come and hop inside. How you a teacher, you sitting in the bleachers, you acting like you got bread and you don't. Coming through and ice on my wrist, finna go and ice on my bitch, finna go and ice on my clique. Young nigga ballin' no assist, yeah, I'm chillin' at the Ritz, with a bad yellow foreign bitch, and she flew out from Oslo, Norway, just to chill with me. First truck go zoom.
Yeah, baby. You know how we do it. We got here Impact that you just heard coming from that One of a Kind 2 mixtape coming soon. Make sure to go ahead and follow him at Impact_official. That's Impact with an X, not an A. IMPXCT_official. Getting right to this episode. We got Linopoly in the house. You already know how she's doing on the camera. Keeping the visuals popping. We got the whole posse here. Velvet Vibes PimpCast. We're going to do it again. We got guests in the house once again. We couldn't get enough last week, so we got DJ Darrell. We got Ace Dollar. We got New York Menace. Alongside the whole posse. So let's get right to it.
Malibu need a tune. Chevy need a tune. Coupe ain't got no roof. Yeah, this shit smooth. I do this for the youth. I do this for the youth. Coupe ain't got no room. Malibu go zoom. Jeep ain't got no doors. I'm ballin' Michael Jordan. Coupe ain't got no room.
It's about to tie, y'all. Right now. So hot. It's about to tie into exactly what we talking about. All right. It's about to tie right into it.
It's funny we said this because I just went on and pressed the record button. Out of nowhere. Why we did that? I'm finna go ahead and introduce everybody properly, and we finna get right to this shit here. First off, you're listening to the Velvet Vibes PimpCast, but you need to get brought in proper with a little tunes.
Yes, you thought you were listening to a podcast. Now you are listening to the PimpCast. You thought you were listening to a podcast. Now you are listening to the PimpCast. Ooh, we done stepped in the room. Slide me the microphone, the game is through.
Whoa, you're back again. Velvet Vibes PimpCast. You're here with the Velvet Juggernaut. Forgive me. We got here the SA Wild Child.
Wild Child.
So you know it is what it was and what it will be.
Wild Child, pour my shot because I don't want to be questioned or
it don't even
doesn't
matter.
look like you put enough.
And you know I'm gonna put in quite a bit.
We got here Scorpion King.
Get over here! Scorpion King.
I'm ready to see this motherfucking shot.
I'm finna take this shot, baby. We got here. Ooh, that shot sounds scary. That sounds like a half a drink.
Hold on. That's a real shot. It's a man shot.
Don't take this shot.
Let me go ahead and introduce the New York Menace.
Put some hair on your chest.
What up, though? Y'all already know we in here. Yonkers, what up?
Talk to him, me, baby.
Montego Bay, Jamaica, what up, though? You done know.
Yeah. Triple cup on him real quick.
Hell.
We got here this, good old. Hold on, that shot touched me. Did the Scorpion King got introduced?
I think I need a shot. I'm gonna take a shot.
You got him a shot.
You know, I ain't
We're here with the Scorpion.
I ain't even got no hesitation.
Talk to him, Scorp.
Yes, he.
Shot.
You in the house?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely in the house.
So you know this.
It's gonna be a very,
Ain't no punk. This ain't gonna be. It's gonna be a I ain't no punk bitch shot.
So let's talk about it. What we got here? Ace Dollar in the house.
Back on the track, yes sir.
He back with us. We got them guests back. You know how we do it. And the one, the only, Darrell Canada. Talk to him.
DJ Darrell.
DJ Darrell. Look,
Stop doing him like
You gotta
that.
be like Quavo.
We've already made an executive decision to DJ Darrell.
DJ Darrell.
Appreciate that, y'all. Having a good time, enjoying myself.
Hey, let's finish talking about what we were just talking about. So,
Yeah, it was getting real.
Let me take this shot real quick.
shout out to Linopoly in the house. I know y'all were said, where is Linopoly? Go talk to him, Linopoly.
I know y'all forgot about me last time, but I'm here.
Whoa, she's still in the Yeah, she's in here doing camera work with us. Linopoly's still in the house.
That shot was strong.
Yeah, it's fire. It's fire going on. So, let's go right to the New York Minutes. There was a little conversation off the set. I said, let's press the record button.
Okay.
So, you're with a young lady proposing to you.
It depends on the situation. Listen, I definitely think the man should know when the time is right.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You should definitely take that into consideration. But in the event that the woman takes it upon herself and decides to make a move, there's nothing wrong with that. I saw it on the thread that you posted, and it was just so sexist to me, right? I just, like, all the comments were so sexist. Like, it was just, man should do this and a man should do that. And I feel like you get on your knees to do a lot worse. Stop playing. Like,
So do you think that we expect too much from y'all?
Linopoly done ran in the building.
I'm here.
not at all. And it different women expect different things. So you're an adult, right? You know if someone's asking something that's unreasonable, right? You can tell. But if you're with someone and you feel like what she's asking you is within your grasp and you're willing to provide that, then by all means do that. However, I feel like you should be either equal all the time or not at all.
And no in the middle.
Yeah, you don't get to just be equal when it's convenient for you.
So do you think a man has a job in a relationship and a woman has a job?
I think those jobs can be interchangeable.
How is
I think as a man, there's some things that you should just do. Not that you have to do, but your morals should
provide
should
or
you. A man should just provide.
Mm-hmm.
You should want to.
Yeah.
Period. Right?
So what
some men aren't in the position to where they can support a household by themselves. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman contributing just as much as the man is. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Now, me personally, I look at a relationship kind of like a business. Mm-hmm. Now, if you want to contribute as much as I'm contributing, that's fine. Mm-hmm. If you want to sit back and stay in the house and not do anything, that's fine. But there are consequences to your decisions. I look at a relationship like a business. If you want me to provide everything and do everything, cool. That makes me the CEO. That means I make all command decisions. Yeah. And you shouldn't have anything to say.
Yeah.
Now, as long as I don't disrespect the relationship, you should just shut the fuck up and ride. Let me drive this boat.
Yeah.
Facts. Now, if you want to contribute something or as much as I'm contributing and you're working just as hard at this relationship as I am, then you have equal say in what goes on in this relationship. But if you're looking to me to do everything, all right, cool. Don't say nothing. Shut up.
So you're like, I pay for this. This is how
I'm not just talking about financial responsibility.
Just period.
I'm talking about period.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. Just like some men have nothing to offer other than financial benefit, some women have nothing to offer except use pussy and somebody else's kids. Let's be honest. If you take sex out of the relationship, nothing to offer.
We just posted this. This is perfect.
Yesterday.
This is facts.
We just posted this.
Yesterday.
There's a lot of people that they have they don't have anything to offer
other than sex.
And the thing, and I agree,
Just like some men have nothing to offer other than money.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was really blunt, but I feel like that's an honest answer. Like, sometimes honesty hurts. Like, it hurts.
Just being honest. So if you want me to provide
I like this episode.
and emotional and spiritual stability and you do nothing, then don't say anything. Shut up and let me. It's a business. I'm the CEO. Shut up and let me do this. If you're gonna provide, I don't even say you have to provide just as much. But if you're willing to work at the relationship and contribute something, then I'll take what you say or your thoughts into consideration. Mm-hmm. But if you're not willing to do anything, you just want to be provided for in every way. Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing. Nothing from you.
You know what? I feel you on that. And to be honest, you know how money has, as far as what you get paid, you know, the minimum wage has changed. The way we're not dealing with the same things our parents dealt with.
No,
you know,
we're not.
Rent is different. So we are in a situation where sometimes you may need her working as well. Sometimes,
and that's just to even the way the economy is set up, just to even be middle class nowadays, you need a 2-income household. For real. Yeah, that's honest. Real. Yeah. That's honest.
So I'm not against if my girl is not working. I agree with you. That's cool.
That's cool. That's
if my girl,
I'll provide.
If my girl is working, that's cool. But I'm not saying you need to get up off your ass and get a job. I don't say that. No, and at the same time, if she do have a job and she just say she make more than me, I'm not threatened by that at all. I'm like, we both live in the same house and we're paying the same rent and we help each other. So I'm with that. I do agree that a man has expectations that, you know, for the most part, I'm never going to sit here and say, I'm going to just chill and you work. And I'm cool. I'm going to just hang out and something. Unless we had
I would never be okay with
unless we had something worked out. Like I've seen people do this. They say, hey, the man's working. The girl's going to school. The girl finishes school. She gets to be what she wanted to be. She says, cool, I'm going to work for a while. You can quit working, go to school as well, be what you want to be. Yeah. And I'm not against that. Because we've talked about it, and
just as much as you're contributing, right? Y'all came up with a business plan, and y'all are executing it. I love that.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
We're just saying, hey, let's help each other be.
But if you just want to be taken care of, and not just financially, in every way, because there are women like that. Look at social media. Look at if you go on Facebook. Men are supposed to do this and blah blah blah. Well, what are you doing?
Yeah, see, I think we kind of split hairs on the beginning part. But she asked, "Do you think that women ask too much?" I think so. I think my answer would be yes, and the reason why is because I'm saying, you know, it's like you said, men provide, we do this. It's all these lists of things that we're expected to do. But then if you say, okay, well, the woman's supposed to cook. Oh, why am I supposed to cook? You know, why can't we? Or why am I supposed to do this? Why am I? And it's a question. It's kind of a gray area. Right. It's not a specific thing like you're supposed to do this. So it's like if they want to do that, they can, but they don't have to. So we're expecting more, and women, it's kind of like
it's an optional.
Yeah, it's optional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I like how you put when you said the CEO thing. And it's a business. And it is. For the most part, it is. You know, because you're pretty much putting everything in your eggs in one basket for one goal to try to, you know what I'm saying, to be prosperous. You know, both of y'all are trying to do something. And work at you know, common goal, most likely. And I think that as far as if, like, let's say dude's working, you know,
Talk to them.
The woman, they could be doing something else more beneficial more than just, working too. Like, as far as like making sure the everything's paid, making sure, doing other things that they could be like right under CEO or getting there close to that co-CEO, more than just like, just there or whatever, because that stuff is important too. So you don't have to worry about nothing. He goes out there, makes that money, brings it home, and everything else is taken care of. It's just like, you don't have to worry about it. You just bring that money home.
That's a contribution. You don't have to go out and work. That's a contribution that she's doing. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But the majority, look at the generation that's coming up today. The women don't want to do anything. Most of the posts on social media, I'm just looking for a dude with money and blah 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 blah. You ain't got money, don't talk to me. Blah blah. Facts, bro.
Yeah, it is.
So
facts.
You don't want to do nothing at all.
Yeah.
You just expect that because you're a woman, you're entitled to this, and you don't have to contribute anything.
You know what? See, and that's where it differs. How you said, if you work is if you don't work, it's cool. But if you don't work because you on some kind of high horse, if you're like, I'm a girl, I'm a woman, I don't have to do this, I don't have to clean. Like if you have that type of attitude about the fact that I'm like, yeah, it's cool that you don't work, or if you do this, but if you're like, he take care of me, he do this and this and that, I ain't gonna do shit. Like if you have that attitude, now I feel like I'm being used. So now I feel a little different. But if you're
that literally look at ask any girl out there today, just randomly, just take a survey and be like, how many of y'all can cook? You'd be surprised at the percentage, right? So you just want to be in the house watching TV all day, not doing nothing.
That should be a post. Then again, they might tell you, and they can make ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying?
That ain't cooking. Yeah. So I gotta do. You don't think a relationship is a business? Look at why.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
So what do you mean like cook? What is your version of cook? Like, do you consider spaghetti cooking or no?
Spaghetti.
Did you put it on the stove? Yes.
That's cooking. Oh, okay.
I don't want it every night.
It don't gotta be Chef Ramsay.
Yeah, you don't. Okay.
I don't want it every night.
Long as she's capable of making you a meal.
Anything besides
as long as you're making an effort to contribute something positive to the relationship, whether it's financially or emotionally, spiritually, whatever it is and I see it, I'm fine with that. Like I'm fine. You want to work and contribute financially? Cool. You want to stay home and take care of the house and contribute, somewhere else? I'm cool. I go out there and get it. I know my home is taken care of.
So let's have this argument. We had this argument on our. Go ahead, watch out.
I'll just say this: if the home is being taken care of, please make sure it's taken care of 100%. Don't half-ass the shit because it's just home. You know what I'm saying? Because people get lazy and lackadaisical in regards to what's going on in the home. If I'm out here getting it 100% coming home, dog tired type shit, and I come home to some goddamn ramen noodles, it's gonna be a little tough. Exactly. It's gonna be a little tough for me. You know what I'm saying? Even though everything gets cooked, everything is clean, and you done vacuum and everything like that, but if I come
you still a little concerned.
If I come home to goddamn ramen noodles, that's 98%. Goddamn it, that's the 2%, and that's a strong 2% that I need. Goddamn it.
But
please give me some goddamn Chick-fil-A or something like that. I ain't feel like cooking, but I got you the best thing that Chick-fil-A got to offer. Yeah.
So cool.
Try. That's all we asking. Just try.
Yeah. We simple, man. We simple.
And then when I ask you about it, don't be like, well, the man is supposed to. No, we either equal in this or we're not at all. We either equal all the way or we not at all. You don't get to do it when it benefits you. And then you don't get to fall back into the feminist role when it benefits you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Shout out to my boy Menace, you know what I'm saying, bringing that shit into perspective.
What I think about that, even the ramen noodles, to me, it depends on at your experience with the relationship. If I come home, the house is clean, and she was like, I was doing this, and that, I didn't have time to cook, I made you some ramen noodles. That is cool under these circumstances, under these little guidelines. No. Listen. Under these guidelines, it's cool. If I got home and she said, I was doing, and I know, I could see that she did this, and that, and she didn't really get around to it. If she says, hey, just eat this until I finish cooking, or if she say, that's all I made right now, that's cool, but it's only cool if she's like, this is what I made today, and I know every other day, this is not the norm. if I come home and you make noodles, I'm gonna eat the noodles. If I come home tomorrow and you be like hot dogs, I'm gonna start scratching the back of my head. If I come home tomorrow and you be like hot pockets, I'm like, okay. Okay. It's a little trend going on. Now it is a problem.
Because the simple fact that
so you can't ever have that.
If I come home and you're at home all day, you couldn't find out to take the time out to simply say, hey, my man's coming home shortly. Let me get him something to eat.
But what if she was handling stuff y'all need to handle?
I'm not saying that she wasn't handling stuff that we needed to handle. I'm just saying that in this simple fact that I come home at this time every day.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So drop all that shit.
No, I'm not saying drop everything.
Well, I'm gonna disagree right quick.
So do I.
Don't you take a day off from work?
I do take a day off.
Okay, so she can never take a day off from work.
I'm not saying take a day off from work.
I mean, that still works.
So no, and I'm not disagreeing with that either. But what I'm saying is, it's like you can't run up 10 minutes up the street real quick.
So you would prefer a restaurant?
That's what I'm
she
saying.
Can get DoorDash.
Like, you gonna take me a minute noodles, that I could probably do myself. Just boiling water.
She might hand you the pay.
So where you can't even simply say, hey, baby, hey, let me go get the 2 for $5, the mix and match at goddamn McDonald's or something like that. Something simple. Or 4 for $4, goddamn it, Wendy's. Something simple. It's still simple, but you took the 10 minutes out your day from paying bills and cleaning and something like that simple because I'm coming home at the exact same time. I'm coming home just period from my long work day.
I respectfully disagree.
You are? Talk to me.
I do. I think it depends on your household, right?
Okay.
If y'all living together and y'all have no kids and no major responsibilities, then I feel you.
Okay.
But
exactly.
You have
if she says I've been taking naps all day,
whole family at home.
I agree with that.
Especially if you know that she usually does better than that.
Experience.
It's okay. Like you're running around taking care of the kids. You have to run all these errands. I got you. Don't worry about it. I'll go get something. Or call me and let me know that you didn't get a chance, and I'll pick something on the way
home.
And I got you.
I will agree with that. I will agree with that.
I just because you're at home or doing something else, I don't undervalue your contribution.
I agree.
So watch this.
Some things might not be able to get done immediately.
I'm gonna point this one to.
I get home before you. I cook too. If I get home before you, I'll throw down. That's okay. I don't mind.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely get busy.
So it depends on the situation.
I agree with that.
All right? I'm not just gonna say, oh, no matter what, I should be provided for. I would never do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, DJ Darrell, like, do you feel that? Because what I'm thinking is that could almost be looked at as, if I tell my girl I worked all day and you ain't cooked nothing, I think that could almost be looked at as you worked 40 hours. This all you made? you know what I'm saying? You didn't make no more than this? Why you ain't putting in overtime? Like, how do you feel about, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it cool if it's a one-off, or if you expect that, period?
It all depends on the quality of living you're trying to have. Mm-hmm. And everybody just can't survive off one income unless you're a rich white family or something something got passed down.
A bomb just got dropped.
We're scrolling together trying to come up. And so until we get that quality of living, you're going to have the help. So if you don't have a job right now, I agree with what they were saying. Hey, you need to be productive around the household. I'm putting in overtime. I'm working 40 hours a week. I'm doing all I can to get this money, but you need to be cleaning the house. The food, something need to be made. A decent sandwich, hamburger, something that, you can't be consistently under quality and you think I'm going to be happy with that, because that lets me know you don't appreciate me as a man.
Exactly.
The way you treat me. You know what I mean?
The way the meal is.
Exactly.
Like,
then you want me to get down on one knee and propose to you.
Yes, sir.
No, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't need you for nothing.
Yes, sir.
No.
Exactly.
I can come put them noodles myself, boy, that water real quick.
We can do that at work.
Right? I can eat that before I come home, goddammit.
I could have stopped at Chivalry on the way home. I
Like
don't need
something.
you.
Yeah. Something.
Ain't no excuse if you at home all day.
Yeah.
You know, maybe one day out of the week or every now and then, but not all day, every day. You had something to do and you couldn't cook. Now I'm thinking in the back of my mind, what you doing while I'm at work? You know what I mean?
See, and that's where I agree with y'all. Like that's why I was saying, like, if I'm like, she was like, I was tired today, or I was doing this, and that, things we needed to get done, I'm not tripping.
Right.
But if it's like Monday through, and I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
I would like to see a piece of chicken sometime. From time to time, I need a piece of chicken, some mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I'd really like to hear Monopoly's thoughts on this.
Talk to us, Monopoly.
Big facts.
I mean, what exactly is the question?
Based on everything we just said.
If the woman's home every day, can she have an off day, or it's not even allowed ever?
What do you think? And what do you think a woman's contribution to a relationship should be?
Oh, look at you trying to give me that question. Look at you trying to give me that question. You ain't gonna give me the expectations. Like, can you just run down the list real quick and I'll check off?
What do you? Because it varies depending on the relationship, right?
And depending on the woman, what her what she can and can't do.
You listening?
So this is the time I'm gonna take to plead the fifth.
Oh no! We don't plead the fifth.
Nah, we need something.
So. Okay, well, let me take a seat then. Let me just
There you go.
Oh,
get in here.
She here now.
So, I don't have no specifics on the expectations, but I really do feel like it should be equal. Like, and it really is a conversation. Like, kind of how Menace brought up. Like, if you're not gonna cook, then at least warn them. Warn y'all that, you know, like, hey, I didn't cook today, maybe pick something up, or we have this, that, and this at the house. These are your options.
A quick, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just noodles. Maybe you want a sandwich. Maybe you want a sandwich and noodles.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, like, I honestly feel like y'all have too high of expectations put on y'all. Like, honestly. Like, because I feel like...
First off, that's coming from a woman.
Say, hey...
What y'all supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I'm here, so...
And then hips, dips, and skips, and, you know, we see that, and now our illusions all messed up because of the simple fact that you look good, and we want to give you what we see. We want to give you what we see. And then we try to get to know you, and like, I kind of still like this because of what we see, and I want to still take it further just on what we see. So now we're blinded, and we're running this race on what we see. And just trying to get to the finish line, which is usually what guys always try to end up doing, is just get to the finish line.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
That differentiates between men as well. But you know, some men can be blinded, and some women are really manipulative to where they can continue to have that man run that race.
Right.
So guys.
Oh yeah,
you can be that way too.
Oh, definitely.
Super selfish.
Definitely.
But see, that's why y'all need to stop being like just going off looks. You know what I'm saying? There's some people. Let's just.
Sometimes that's all it is.
On this long but like, I'm not gonna speak on it long. But like, let's just say, you know, like a celebrity. We can just go with Cardi B real quick. Like, some people will say that's the ideal woman, but it's like, do you see what she's out here doing?
No, she's not the ideal.
I'm saying there's folks that will say this is ideal to me. This is something I want to date. This is what I strive for. But then it's just like they turn around and they're surprised at the stuff that comes with it. But it's just like, she showed you who she was. She showed you, and you chose to just look at the outside.
The visuals, and you ran with it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of like, did y'all see that cake?
That's right.
That cake that was posted, and it was like a cornbread, and it was like actually mashed potatoes on the outside. Y'all never saw that? It was like mashed potatoes.
The description is enough on that.
You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so at first you look at it and you're like, oh, that's a cake. It's gonna be sweet, but then it's just like, no, it's actually not. It's mashed potatoes, it's cornbread.
What, rubbed on the top as if it's icing?
Hey, no offense, man. I don't want no cornbread, no mashed potatoes unless it's from the South. I'm good on that.
Yeah.
I'm good. Anything from up north, because she's from New York, I don't want none of that.
Yeah.
I don't want it either.
Look.
Oh wait, one more thing. Like, also, like on the first date, or just in general, when we're trying to get to know y'all, we're asking y'all a million questions. Like, what do you do? How do you feel about this? How many kids do you want? How many kids do you have?
It's like a job interview.
We're asking you so many questions.
It's supposed to be.
What are y'all asking us? You're saying, hey.
What that mouth do?
I was just about to say that.
But see, but
that shows.
But that's how shallow
how we think.
Yeah, that's how shallow.
Just about to say that.
We're simple.
But that shows that we're saying that, and we should be like, how many kids you got? What you do for a living? Because not saying this is okay, but if you come in with the wrong expectations, like I said before, I met a girl at a club one time. After the club, I was like, hey, she was like, we should kick it again. I was like, where you want to meet at? The club. And I was like, cool. We went to the club. Then I was like, hey, what you doing tomorrow? The club. And then I was like, I don't know you still. Only thing I know is that you twerk. I don't know nothing like what you do, what you like to do, what you do, how many kids you got, because it's music and stuff, and it's just like twerk, twerk, twerk. I'm like, I want to know so I don't know nothing. I just didn't talk to her no more. You know what I'm saying? Like
I remember a couple episodes back, just real quick, like you mentioned a story about some girl you went on a date with. The first date, you went to church, and then same day, right after church, she said, let's go to the bar. Then y'all went to a strip club, all on the same day. And you said, hey, I'm going to continue to date this person for months on end.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just kind of like, how is this surprising information? Like,
you know what you signed up for.
You know what you signed up for.
And you know what?
And one day you saw.
And with
he looked past the
No, go ahead, Ace. What do you say?
No, because as a matter of fact,
you have this happen.
9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying. When you do meet a female, she don't give you the all of her. You get that face, you get that exterior, you see her on the outside. She ain't gonna tell you she crazy. That doesn't happen. I mean, you don't find out she crazy until like I don't know.
Yeah, eventually you be like, these are the attributes of a crazy person. Yeah.
Or till you do something.
Yeah.
That ticks something.
But that's where we get the option. Like once we see that she crazy, a lot of times this could happen with men and women. We keep rolling. Just like that. I admit my guilt. We went to church. I said, man, this is a woman of God. And then after church, she was like, you want to go to a strip club? I was like, I've never done this in this order before. I went.
You did it in the reverse order before?
I never done it. Yeah, I never done that. Period. But look, I'm not gonna lie. I've been in the club. I've been in the club and woke up and went to church before. I've done that in my life, but I've never went to church and after church said, you know, I'm getting. Normally, you go to Golden Corral after church or something. We went after church. We went straight to the strip club, and I was like, ooh, this girl's a little different. Yeah. But it's only me to blame because I kept talking to her. Just how Scorp was saying on the last episode that, you know, the girl didn't believe in God and he continued to date her. But afterwards, you learn, or you should learn, say, I'm like, yo, that ain't cool.
Okay, go ahead, my bad. I just want to add to it real quick what B was saying and everybody else. Sometimes you try to give people a chance. Yeah. Because you know, I know I ain't always been the best thing. I've been a low life, all of the above.
Yeah.
So I knew when I was out there, somebody would have gave me a chance, I probably would have changed.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to give that person the same chance. Sometimes they ain't gonna never change. Right? You gotta learn that and move on.
Yeah. I don't think it takes three strikes for that. I don't think it takes
not that. Yeah. If you just see what the person is.
Yeah.
Like if it's like something to be like, I don't like that you do this. Y'all talk about it. Maybe it can change. But if it's like the girl I said, club, and I was like, okay, that's what happens. That's all we'll ever see. I will never. I can't even tell you what the person's name is. I don't know. I just remember this happening, and I'm just like, yeah, I better not talk to that girl no more. Yeah. So, and that was it. Like,
I got a question.
Go for it.
So, what is the when you? I will say within the first 2 weeks, right? Kicker. Uh-oh. First 2 weeks, right? What is the percentage you think that you actually know the person?
I don't know.
And I'm not saying like, hey, like you can like at the point that you talking and y'all conversing and y'all living and loving, whatever the case may be.
I was expecting that.
Whatever the case. You were walking down this journey. So 2 weeks, you can get quite a bit of information from people in 2 weeks.
I'm gonna tell you 100%
whether it's true
honest.
or not.
Right.
Whether it's true or not.
Yeah. I'm gonna be 100% honest on that. Nowadays, I don't even think maybe 6 months in you 100% know them. I don't even think like, you know, because you, of course, I ain't even gonna get no default answer, but of course, over time you learn a person and you begin to learn stuff. But that's kind of default. We know that.
Right.
But at the same time, being that in general, and I'm just generally speaking, this ain't a shot at anybody, but for the most part, men and women do not present who they are. I've been guilty of it. We probably all been guilty of it. Maybe everybody in the room. Not saying that you just showed up and said everything was a lie, but you may have left out some details.
So
that's how people date further, and then they be like, "Oh, I didn't know you didn't believe in God," or "Oh, I didn't know that you really drink. You didn't tell me you drink." Some people smoke cigarettes in the bushes when they take out the trash or something. People do things that they're like, "Oh, I've been doing this for years." And they're like, oh snap! I never knew that this is a thing. Like you don't know until you build.
So what do y'all do if you going down the line 6 months to a year in, you found out they lied to you? They told you they didn't smoke. They thought their hair was real.
I already know Minnie's answer.
What do you do if they just
go ahead, though.
Can you trust them?
First of all, I don't think you get to know someone until you live together.
Yeah,
I agree.
First off, a bomb just dropped.
If you don't live together, every time you see them, it's at their best.
Yeah.
Whatever they put on,
Right.
Let me put on my good outfit before she gets over.
You need to be
Let me wipe the counter down.
Know who they really are, their quirks, their do's and don'ts, what irks them, what they do to irk you, right? You got to know what, you know, if both of y'all being together in the same space are going to drive each other up the fucking wall, you have to know, right? So, second, I think it depends on what she's hiding. Now, if you're hiding kids or husband, or
that could be really big.
Obviously, I'm not going for that. Right. If it's something like, you know, like a vice, like smoking or something like. Me personally, I don't date smokers. I hate the smell and taste of cigarette. You ever kiss somebody that had nicotine on their breath? It's the worst tasting thing in the world. Like I'll literally throw up. So. Yeah, it depends on what the vice is and if you're willing to work at it, right? I'm not perfect either. I'm sure whoever I'm in a relationship with is going to be like, yo, I don't like that you do this.
Yeah.
Now, am I willing to work at it? Sure, because I'm invested in this person and she's invested in me, so we don't have to work at it. But I'm willing to work at it. So if the other person's willing to work at it, then cool. If she's not, then we done right there.
I mean, with that being said, you know, I can agree to that, but when I was brought up, I was told, you know, when you will find out a real person, true color, like you said, when you living together, you know, you'll see how they really react when you stay together,
right?
You know? Because, like you said before, with y'all not staying together, you know, you just see them if they put on for you. Yeah, what they put on for you. But when you actually live together, you'll see how they react then and after the fact. So you gotta watch out for stuff like that.
You find out where the dirty laundry really go at.
Yeah, and you can't run from it.
You find out that they be peeing all over the place.
Let's move on. Sometimes you miss the toilet. No, check this out though. Where we were going earlier with the man and woman, what's expected of them and things like that. We had this argument in the group. All of y'all may have seen it, may have not.
I definitely saw that.
With the being a gentleman, chivalry and etc. So it came up that we're people saying chivalry is dead and etc. like that.
I do think it's dead.
I think chivalry, and I want to hear your point on that. I think chivalry still exists, and I'm not gonna say to people like to give that's a default one too. They'd be like, it depends on the woman. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying, like a lot of times, just say I always, like I said, I open the door for my girl. I always do this and that for her. I make sure if she needs to lift something, I do that. But even if I'm with my girl, and I see another woman carrying a small TV, taking it to the garbage or something, I'll be like, hey, I got it. I'll take it for you. I got that. But there are women that be like, no, I got this. I don't need your help. I was told that if a woman say that, you should be like, no. Like, I'm not gonna fight you to be a gentleman. I'm gonna offer my assistance. I've seen people like with their man. Like I seen a woman with her man coming out of Sam's Club. She had one baby in the right hand, one baby in the left hand. And I'm talking about in those seat things that you put in the car. The dude had his cell phone in his hand and he was like browsing whatever he was doing. And I was thinking, damn, wow. At the same time, I wasn't finna intervene because of the world we live in too now. Like I wasn't gonna be like, yo, let me take it for you because that's grounds to be shot. Cause I don't know him, I don't know her. But I looked at it and I was like, wow. But somebody was like, if I was you, that's not a man, that's not a real man.
You don't have to address him. You can just help her, and just by helping her, he'll feel some type of way. She's walking out with two, carriages with two kids, and he's there on.
So you're intervening?
I'm not gonna address him. I'm just, hey, can I help you? Because you look like, and then he's gonna feel some way, like, damn, some random dude offered to help my woman.
He might trip though too. You might have to fight at anything.
He can catch his ass.
You know what? Not really. If depending on how you ask.
Yeah.
Like,
politely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't gotta be like, yo. I'm trying to help you out.
That's who you all, right there.
Yeah.
I've seen women at the gas station pumping gas and the dude sitting in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
On his phone.
Mm-hmm.
And I just walk up and be like, yo, I got this.
Yeah.
Like she swiped the card and I did the pumping for her. Facts. And then dude looked out. And
then
he jumped out the car like, yo, my bad. I was like, yo, don't worry about it. I just wanted to make sure everything was good.
What you saying?
And it was that.
Y'all came up right. Y'all were raised the right way. But some of these women respect dudes like that. And you could see a man out there beat on his wife in public and you try to help him out. She gonna drive right off of that dude and leave you right there looking crazy. It's just some women respect that kind of dude. I have no idea. Yeah.
So you know what? We discussed that before and we can tap into that. What I was saying was one time I was I'll make it short because we talked about this before, but I can hear y'all thoughts on it. One time I was at the bowling alley. I seen a dude like uppercut, not a soft smack. He uppercut his girl to I saw the braids fly back up. It was a Tyson uppercut.
Yes.
I jumped out the car I was in. My brother jumped out the car. We both jumped out the car. We started approaching, and then I looked at my brother and I was like, man, we don't know how. I wasn't even like, I'm scared. I'm just like, what if we go check this dude, fight this dude or whatever, and then she called the police on us?
Exactly.
And we the quote unquote heroes, are we saying, hey, I don't stand for that?
Yeah.
So it's really, we're in a like mind your business. And I've seen things that I'm like, dang, like I don't rock with that. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't want to be involved.
Exactly. We just gonna risk that. You hit a woman in front of me, you gonna have to see me.
So you're going with it?
Yeah, I'm gonna risk the police. You gonna have to see me.
What if she calls when you don't?
She's like this guy. That's who hit me.
I want to talk business real quick if you don't mind.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I think when we were out at Kohl's, that happened at a Walmart off of Vance Jackson. Around what time we were there?
I think so.
I think Ed was there too. And this dude, Good Samaritan, this guy out beating on his girl. He gets out and try to help the dude. The guy shot him in the throat.
I wasn't at this one.
Yeah, he died, and the girl just drove off with the dude like it was nothing. And he out trying to help her out.
Damn.
Lost his life behind it.
I understand.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Listen,
did you see it or you came afterwards? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you kind of like assess the situation?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
So you kind of just.
First of all, just know every time you see me out and about, we got that thing. We got that fight.
Yeah.
We not playing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Second.
sex is open carry, so.
It just happened.
Hands on these hollows, whatever you want, it's up to you. Second, if I see y'all having an argument or something, something where it becomes physical, I'm not just gonna run up and start beating on the dude. I'm gonna try to dead the situation.
Just end it.
Yeah. But if I'm trying to calm the situation down, you pursuing a beating on this woman, then yeah, you're gonna have to see me.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, you're not just about to beat on a woman in front of me.
Yeah.
I can't. I was raised different. It's mandatory that I step in.
Yeah.
And
I was raised like that. I have to open the door for you.
Yeah.
I was raised like that.
Exactly.
I have to pull out your chair. I was raised like that.
Exactly.
You understand? So you're not just going to beat her in front of me.
But when does chivalry become too much? Like, is it too much?
That's a good question.
Like, imagine that somebody came and knocked at your door and they're like, let me in. This person's after me. He's beating me up or something like that.
Yeah.
Would you open the door and let her in, or how would you handle that situation? You would just call the police or what?
I think it depends on the situation. Honestly, in something like that, if I can see the person and I can see the danger approaching or whatever, then I probably would. Honestly, I probably would. I'm the type to pull over on the side of the road and help somebody. I'm the type to. I have to. I mean, not only was I raised like that, I was a soldier for 12 years. My job is to help.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I see.
I have to.
A background came with it.
Yeah. I, combat ready, 3 deployments. So I have to. I can't.
See the crazy.
Can't just ride by and let you. I can't. I wouldn't be able to live with myself.
The crazy thing about it, I think all of us dudes are saying the same thing. I never seen a girl get hit on and I'd be like, man, I don't know what I'm saying. I never seen a girl get hit on and I never said, yo, that's a nice right hook you got there. You might want to keep on with that combo. Hit her in the, I never said keep this going, or I never said I'm with that. I've seen it. And like I said, even then I felt the way. I jumped out and then I was like, things are different now. Just like how, DJ Darrell said,
There you go.
Dude came up and what he thought was being a good Samaritan lost his life. Yeah. I seen a dude, and this ain't even beating. It just lets you know what go on in other households. I was at Walmart one time. A woman was in front of me, and her dude was checking out, and whatever, it was something that she forgot to put in the basket. He was like, milk or whatever. He was like, I thought you put milk in here. She was like, oh, I didn't know we had enough. And he was like, you stupid, dumb bitch. Get over there and get some fucking milk. She started crying. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. He's like, get your ass over there, bitch, and get the milk. I was the next person in line. Even then, I was like, wow. But I was just like, that ain't my business. Like, I was like, let me get me a Snickers or Butterfinger and some Skittles. Mm-hmm. That's not my business. I wouldn't talk to my woman like that, but that's what y'all got going on. Mm-hmm. So, and he didn't punch her or nothing like that, but that was enough to let me be like, dang, I'm sure y'all got a wow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not jumping in that.
Yeah.
If she's not in any, listen, you know what you sign up for. And that goes both ways, men and women. Mm-hmm. You know what you sign up for. So if you're willing to put up with option A or option B, that's on you, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're in physical danger and I see you,
now you feel a little more obligated.
I feel some type of way. I can't just walk by it. Granted, I'm not going to just jump in and immediately trying to.
You're just trying to end it. Hey, y'all chill out.
Hey, chill. Both of y'all can get locked up. Blah blah blah. You know what it is. Or
you're not throwing the yoga flames.
Nah, but if he's pursuing a situation, it is what it is. But
yoga flames.
Do that, man. I can't.
So do y'all think y'all are really doing chivalry, or do you think if you saw a dude getting hit by his girl, you would still be like,
I've seen that too.
Kind of still ease the situation. Would you still jump out the car and say, hey, let me kind of calm this down?
I try to calm that, absolutely.
So do you think it's chivalry?
Or a good Samaritan?
A good Samaritan at heart.
Good Samaritan.
That's all you really are.
I think it's both. I think it could be considered as both, right?
I seen a woman she was in the car and she was trying to run her dude over, and he was in the street pretty much playing dodgeball. And he was pointing at me, hey, sir. And she was in a vehicle. So I was like, what I'm going to do? A Jackie Chan stunt or something? I was just like, I can't do anything about this, but I need to get out of this area. Mm-hmm.
I definitely listen. No matter what you do, your actions have consequences, right?
Yeah.
So you can choose to intervene and help person A or person B, but some harm or something might happen to you. That's your choice.
It's a gamble that you
chose to jump in this situation and deal with it. You just have to know that something can happen to me as well, right? But I do think, especially as a man, I do think if you see something going on, and it's not just women. Like I was on campus. I go to Texas A&M, UTSA. I mean, Texas A&M San Antonio. And I saw this girl arguing with this other girl, and she was poking her in the forehead.
Oh, whoa!
But the other girl is, special needs. Like,
wow.
She really special needs.
That I'm jumping in that.
Oh, absolutely.
I just can't.
Yeah, I'm absolutely immediately. Like I dropped the book.
I've done that all through high school.
Chill out. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like there's something as a decent human being. There's just some shit you gotta. Yeah. You can't call yourself a decent human being.
What y'all feel about that? If it's somebody's special needs, like either one, anybody.
I'm at your neck.
I mean, I feel the same way that you're saying. I mean, that's
a little. Neither one of them ain't cool.
They really can't stand up for themselves.
Exactly.
So, that's like, I mean, like picking on a baby.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's not right. I don't know. I wouldn't just sit around for that either. You know, say something.
DJ.
That said, like how we talked about at the beginning, expectations. Y'all have high expectations, and ours is kind of lower. I feel like, as a female, I feel like we're not expected to jump into something like that, and I won't say I would personally. Me, I would jump in.
You would be like, nah, that's not.
I feel like, 50% of us would just walk by and let it happen. And I feel like a higher percentage. Or record it. And a higher percentage.
Nowadays,
that's millennial.
A higher percentage of y'all would be like, jump in. And so it's kind of like how I asked men is, is it chivalry or is it being a good Samaritan? Yeah. It kind of comes back to us. Are we actually good Samaritans then? As females, are we not? Should we have?
Are you not held to that regard?
Should we have a form of chivalry too? Because we'll just close the door right behind us. We're gonna hold it for the next female or try to even hold it for you guys. We'll just walk in the door and just.
Do y'all feel weird about that?
Do you not even try? We won't even try though.
Do you feel weird when S.A. Wild Child? Do you feel weird when a woman hold the door for you, or when a woman does what we would do,
weird.
Or she say, "Hey, let me help you hold that, carry this."
I actually do feel weird.
Do you allow it, or depending on how persistent, or you just nah?
For a car door type vibe, okay, I'm gonna get in the car, you can get in the car type vibe. But if I'm if we walk to a restaurant, if I ask you on a date, or even still even with people that I even just don't know, and maybe I'm with somebody or whatever the case may be, I usually, if it's a lady friend or whoever it is, I usually get to the door first.
But I'm just saying, a quick example, you're going to a store, you don't even know each other.
Yeah.
And then I'm walking in front of you, I don't even know you. We'll just walk in and not even just disregard y'all.
See, and I just think that's just simple, just you not aware of your surroundings.
We'll see you.
Or they may just be she might be like, I'm a girl.
And if you just see me and you didn't even say just touch it or something to say, hey, you right behind me, you 3 steps behind me, and I just touch it, oh, there you go. I feel well, damn, you didn't, it's just simple courtesy. And I would say either good Samaritan or chivalry. I just feel if you don't even just, or if you're aware of it and you don't even just nudge it for me, just say, hey, you coming right behind me, bitch, you ain't shit.
That's what I'm saying. We don't even have that. That's my exact point. We don't have that expectation put on us, and we don't even attempt it half the time.
I'm gonna say this: as men, we notice it. We may not call it out, but I see women do that. But at the same time, and this I can only speak for me. If a woman approaches the door, not even approach, but she got there before I got there. If I see a woman, me and her going to the same door, I'll try to speed up my walk so I can get to the door before she gets to the door. But there've been times when I get to work, just say the woman get to the door before I got there, and she hold the door open for me. Now I would be like, nah, I'm good. And then she be like, oh, go ahead. Nah, I'm good. The other day, this happened. Normally, I just be like, I'm good. I'll say it so many times till they go on. But the other day, it was like, no, I'm good. I got it. I was like, I'm good. I got it. I'm good. I got it. And then I was like, we ain't even gonna clock in. If we continue this. So I just went in, and then after I got in, I got to my desk. I was like, I have failed as a man.
Y'all are wild. See,
I wouldn't take it that far.
Y'all are so mistreated. You don't even think y'all should get the door open. And I'm not even saying we're standing there holding it and saying, go, sir. We're just holding it until you can grab the door, and then you hold it for yourself and you walk in. Yeah. You both walk in.
Go for it.
Y'all don't even expect that. That's crazy. Go ahead.
Question for B. With your girl, how do you balance chivalry, man? Like, how do you figure out when you're doing too much? Okay, she going in.
Hold on, a bum drop.
Tell me, brother. Like, how do you know when they're like, okay, it's too much? I know she a grown woman. She can get the door for herself.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Why you doing this?
She independent, you know what I'm saying? She got her finger in the air, you know what I'm saying?
I don't hold her to different regards than I hold to anybody else. I don't hold her to no different regards than anybody else. So like if I just say if I go to the door and she hold the door open for me, I'm be like, go ahead. And she like the same thing, the same story I just said. Then I'm gonna just go. You know, I go in the door if we going 3 and 4 times.
Okay.
But at the same time, as far as like if I see her holding a refrigerator and I'm like, hey, let me help you with that. And she like, I'm good. I'm like, we're gonna do this all day. I'm holding you're not gonna carry a refrigerator. Like, I'm not gonna be here and be like, I'll be in the back playing Xbox. like there's if it's taking out the trash, sometimes I'll be like, hey, she say I'm gonna take the trash out. I'll be like, I got it. She be like, I got it. Sometimes we just be like, I'll be like, let's go together. I might have one bag, she'll have the other one. We both go out there. But if it's like, hey, like some crazy like, hey, I was gonna move all the furniture around. I'm like, yo, you ain't gonna tell me otherwise. I'm finna help you do this. I don't care if I'm in your way or what. We finna help you.
Do you ever let her get a door on her own? Can I give you an example?
Go for it.
So you take her out to a nice restaurant. You know, you got the first entrance door. You got another door you got to go through.
She got there before me.
Door, you better not touch that second door. I got that door. like what is it enough?
And I'm gonna add on to his example. You grab the first door, and there's some other women walking through the first door.
Yeah.
So that means she's gonna reach the second door before you.
Exactly.
But you know what? That's awkward as hell to me. I never get awkward, but that's a thing that's awkward. Like if my girl, I open the door for her, and other women are coming in. I know it ain't like, hey, let me see everybody's butt in a row.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm gonna still hold the door open for y'all. But sometimes, just like as we said, a good Samaritan, like I might be holding the door, and I see a dude come into the door, and I'm like, I already had it, but I'm like, nah, you ain't coming in behind my girl. You might get a free view. So I'm gonna just go still in, and I might just hold it like behind me. I'm like, you can also enter, but you coming in behind me, not behind my girl.
I'm gonna kick her to you. I'm gonna kick her to you because I feel like it also depends on the woman that you got too.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Because if the woman that you have, if she is of quality, then she would sidestep and let these people walk through and wait on you to open up that second door.
Damn.
Go ahead.
Now I was gonna say she better not let that man coming through hold that door open.
Right, because what she would do is she could see and acknowledge that there was other people coming through, and because you such a great gentleman, she knew what you was gonna do.
Exactly.
And she sidestepped him like, hey, let them walk, and my man's gonna come open up the second door.
Exactly.
Like, watch this. Follow me here.
Talk to me.
So, this gonna bring me somewhere where I was finna go anyway, because I want to get to the whole marriage piece.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna switch the tempo up like Chris Brown real quick. I'm gonna switch up the tempo. Why do you feel that most relationships don't result in marriage now? Why? Like, are we doing it for fun? Are we just messing around and until we know, or do we know it ain't going? Like we said, we all been somewhere. It was like, I know it ain't going nowhere. I'm just like, you cool, you look good. And why do most? Because most. Let's keep it 1,000. Most situations is like, I'm just talking to you I'm gonna ride till the wheels fall off. Now the wheels fall off. Now I'm talking to Becky. Now I'm talking to Susie. I don't expect anything. I don't think this going nowhere. Why we don't? That's it. Wow, child, you look like you feel away with this. Hold on.
Reiterate the question, but you got to start at DJ Jarrell, bro. Because this side over here, we probably got some shit to say. So
roll with it.
Please start at DJ Jarrell's.
We're probably gonna be opposite of.
Of the line. We're gonna be opposite of
the whole spectrum coming.
Yeah,
I got you.
Like, cause this couch is gonna agree.
Yeah.
We about to agree to some shit. But you got it. You please start over there. And wait, reiterate the question and then start over there, please.
I'm gonna just say I'm gonna make it real simple.
Go ahead.
Why when most people talk, they're not talking for a purpose or a goal. They're like, do we just have low expectations now? Is marriage outdated? Is it just like an outdated idea? Like we said, New Testament, Old Testament. Is it just like, whatever happens, happens? Like, why do you think that is?
I can speak to my old self, and it could be just like for when I was younger, it was just maybe for convenience. Mm-hmm. You wanted to make it look like everybody else was in relationships. You wanted a relationship too, but you knew it wasn't going anywhere. It was just somebody you wanted to keep around. But now I'm older. I'm more spiritual, so I'm taking it seriously.
Okay.
I'm dating somebody to try to to marry them, and I don't want to waste nobody's time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can see what other people's mindsets are, because sometimes in the back of your mind you feel like you don't want to waste your time. You feel like that if you get married, they might change on you. It's anything in the back of your mind. You might not really trust them, but you like the convenience of just keeping them around.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
I definitely feel you.
Yeah.
I definitely feel
I'm here.
Ace Dollar, what you feeling?
I'm smelling you over here.
Yes, sir.
All the way over here. I'm smelling you.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Ace.
I kind of piggyback off what he said.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing with that. But there's a couple other things too. It really just depends. It kind of varies.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, what if that that person nobody's perfect. So
right.
We're looking for that perfect person, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to have a couple flaws, a couple things that you don't agree with.
Right.
So you think in the back of your head, you know what, maybe I can find somebody else that will do the same thing, except they have that extra, whatever that other thing is that you're looking for, you know what I'm saying?
That pizzazz.
Yeah. that the whole complete package, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, if I just settle here, if I just sit in this position, you know what I'm saying, is this what I really want? Can I really just sit here in this position for,
is it truly worth it?
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
I'm all the way with that.
So basically a new relationships these days is like a used car. Get it and just ride it till the wheels fall off.
Hey, we go. I like that. Keep that. Hold that. We got to listen to the score.
Let's score speak.
Wait, let me finish.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And not to mention, you know what I'm saying, like when we were talking about the, how we're, as far as taking pictures and you see something bad happen and you put it on World Star or whatever. You go online and you see all this stuff on there and you see the Cardi B's, or you see how females can act, or you see how males can act.
Right.
So you already have something in your head like, man, I don't want to be in a situation where this or that's going to happen to me. So you don't really want to hop into something and give your all.
Right.
Where you think it might.
You questionable.
Right. So you don't really want to invest in all that when you think that things might change, or this is what I'm investing in, or whatever.
Right.
So that's all for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Score.
Why
most situations? Some in here cook. Oh, go for it. I just want to shout a little for you.
Why do most relationships not end in marriage? Go for it.
Yeah. What is it? I'm gonna keep it bland and blank and open like that.
Mostly, to me, I say this. To me, most relationships these days, everybody got their decision, but to me, relationships like a job. You got certain times, you got temps. I say
the temp service.
You got temp services out here.
Okay.
That's right until the wheels fall off.
Okay. I'm digging this.
Because the temp service, some people, like I said before,
Bob Stafford.
you got the, after they pass the drug test and they automatically think they got the job, but they're persistent, they still attempt until you say otherwise.
Just like taking you to the strip club after church.
I say
tip service.
Like men said, you control, for you let the person know how far it goes.
Yeah.
Like if you want to stay a temp or not, if you go further on into a relationship or not. But I would say
far as marriage goes, that's a bigger step than of all biggie steps. Because as far as marriage, you gotta make sure that both parties are ready, male and female. Mm-hmm. Don't try to rush into the marriage. If you rush into the marriage,
you skip the learning stage.
9 times out of 10, it's not gonna last long. Cause when I say if you get into the marriage thing, like say if you get married in a church, or some people might go just of the peace, but the first thing they always say is make sure you put God first in your marriage. Mm-hmm. If you don't have that in your marriage, then
you ain't got nothing to know.
You're not gonna go further than what you think you're gonna go. Yep. So basically, for as marriage goes, God is the key thing to marriage.
Which is rough these days.
Yeah.
It's going to our previous episode.
Right.
My thing is, I think it goes back to what we said about the dating phase. Why most relationships don't result in marriage is because I don't care how long y'all been together, you may not really know who you're dating.
Facts.
These days. Now, in our parents' days, things were different. I'm not saying everybody was honest then, but over time, people got to the point they're like, I know what he do. He got a whole nother family. He still pay the bills. I'm still here.
Right.
And they was there for it. Now it's kind of like, and ain't nothing wrong with not being there for that, because you don't have to stay for stuff like that. But at the same time, nowadays, you don't even know this stuff. Y'all dating for XYZ amount of time, and we saying the same thing what Minnie said. I didn't know you smoked cigarettes. It's simple stuff. I didn't know you had kids. That ain't simple right there. I didn't know you had kids. But it's stuff that's bombs be dropped on you. Now I think that's why people have such low expectations. We see on the group all the time. Shout out to y'all. But I see in a group all the time, I don't care if my dude go to the strip club. I don't care if I seen the other time, I don't care if my dude go to the nude beach. I don't care if my girl go. People say things like this because now our expectations are low. We're like, do what you do. Whatever happens, happens. You say, oh, I got a girl pregnant. Oh, that's cool. I'm out. Oh, I did this. Yeah, all right, I'm out. But you kind of allowed part of it to happen. We had a post one time. Would you let your woman have an appealing male, be her gym trainer, or an appealing woman? And people was like, yeah, that's straight. That's cool with me. That's cool. Like, I'm not saying that, if we all walking out there saying, I can't help myself. But don't help it to happen. Don't say, hey, the woman works all day, the dude don't work, and you say, you know what, I'm going to hire a maid that used to be a stripper, that she comes up and cleans the house in a G-string. And then when he cheats, say, no, that's shocking. No, that's shocking. You know what I'm saying? Talk to me, watch out.
So, it's been a lot of viewpoints around. Yeah. And I love it. And I think what we're all really pointing at is about trusting one another. Like, I feel like in the sense of, G-strings and anything like that, even if the G-string is out, if you trust your person and they really...
So they should be able to have the G-string made?
No, I'm not saying that.
No, talk to me.
What I'm saying is that in the sense that shit happens, so we'll say whatever the fuck happens. Mm-hmm. Is that if you don't trust that other motherfucker that you with...
You shouldn't be there no way.
You shouldn't be there no way.
Riding it to the wheels fall off.
Because the thing about it is the temptation and everything is going to happen in this world, in this society. It's there. It's there. Yeah. It's there no matter what. Mm-hmm. No matter what. No matter if you were...
Some of it you can prevent, some you can't.
You're spiritually oriented, temptation's still going to be there. Yeah. No matter if you just happen just to whatever you want to do and however you want to do, even in the workplace, temptation's still going to be there. It's still going to be there, no matter how you look at it. But if you can be like, you know what, I'm going to really I like her. Mm-hmm. And when I'm going to say it in the words of Hey Arnold, I like her. You know what I'm saying? So if we going to take this to the next level.
You can't skip past that with no bomb.
Like, if you like her, then make it known. And then
tell her
go to the next level. The reason why the next level is not there is because no guys and no girls, and there's no trust, and there's no mesh and no vibe to where I can say I like her to take her to the next level.
I smell it.
That's what's going on.
I smell what the wild child is cooking. I see the menace looking like he's about to drop a mixtape on us.
Yeah, listen.
Why most relationships don't result in marriage?
so mad at me.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this. No, I heard that. Oh, you know what?
Y'all about to be so mad at me.
I probably already heard this.
Hold on, this might be a good segue to turn the live off. You might need to hear this on the episode.
Nah, that's good.
She need to hear this. They need to hear this.
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
I want that cliffhanger.
My perspective. I have no interest in marrying anyone.
Okay.
Talk to me.
So when y'all talk
Ever.
about ever, and I've been that way my entire life.
This ain't a new thing.
Absolutely not. I just I think as time progressed, the reason for marriage has become outdated.
That's why I asked the question.
Now, if you still believe in the sanctity of marriage, then by all means do your thing. I'm not knocking you. I'm not saying it's wrong. I just don't think it's for you. It's back in the day. It was kind of like mandatory, wasn't it? Like you grow up, you meet someone.
Yeah, it was expected.
Yeah, your parents' age, like you. That's what you do. You get married. You grow up.
20 years to 30 years.
Don't think
it's Wheel of Fortune now. Just spin the wheel and see.
However, I'm not saying that you shouldn't, take someone as serious, right? I just don't want the legal ties to you.
There it
that
is.
way, if it doesn't work out, I don't need to pay somebody to break up with you.
Bingo.
That shit and go.
Yeah.
And I'll take my shit and go.
Like we tried.
Right? It's a business. Divorce is expensive.
Yeah.
You understand?
Bingo.
That is kind of a weird thing. Like we get to pay to break up.
Legal obligations. I don't want to have to hire a lawyer and listen to a judge to break up with you.
You just say I'm done.
I just don't, and I don't think it should be that. I think the times have changed, have progressed to where it's no longer a necessity, right? And even back then, I think a lot of people got married out of necessity, right? Not potentially because they were in love with each other,
right?
Even though I'm not saying that didn't happen, I'm just saying there's a lot of.
I kind of partially agree because I'm like a little. That's why I brought it up. I'm like, is it just an idea, or is it? I just love you this bad.
It just became a contract. Like, so at the.
Or is it a record deal? Like, sign here.
Yeah. Like,
do you love me? Sign here.
It really is a business.
After a certain amount of time, you like, you know what? I'm old, you old, ain't no fucking, getting with somebody else,
put on paper.
This or extra.
Yeah.
So we just gonna ride the shit.
But you can still do that. I just don't think I have to be legally obligated to you.
I heard a comedian say this one time. He was like, women get married because they're like, oh my God, I love this guy. And they said a lot of time men get married and they be like, oh, I heard you got married. What you see in her? Shit, I was done with the streets. I was like, might as well.
Exactly. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do. Or because I feel like this is my last option. Let me tie myself to you, or I'm trying to trap you in this position, and
just like both ways. Let's get pregnant.
Both ways. It goes both ways. Men do it to women. Women do it to men. Right? Women have babies to keep a man or keep him.
So I'm
to her some way. I just don't want that legal obligation. I just don't. Now I have no problem being in a relationship, taking care of everything I'm supposed to take care of. I just don't want to be tied to you by law.
Yeah.
I don't think that's for me.
It's not for everybody. And you're right, because back in the day, it was more or less like the parents and mothers saying the daughters, like, you're not married yet.
You having kids and you ain't.
Right. Yeah.
That's the devil's work.
Yeah. They were pushed more into marriage, but now, nowadays it's not that push. It's just pretty much like
you just want to or you don't want to.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Watch, we fast forwarded skipping through the marriage. Before we wrap it up, and I'm gonna start right from the reverse side before we come back. Let's start from the reverse side because you was onto something. How do you feel about people that are married already or in a real committed relationship? Matter of fact, let's just keep it at married.
Okay.
And that y'all have children. Things are not working out, and it's not we can have a conversation about this. It's hey, we have kids. Do it for the kids.
You starting with me?
Yeah, like the people that this is not gonna. It's not gonna work. You have no question.
Cup down?
You don't want it. No, you're like I'm not in here. You're not in it. We're not trying. I'm not even trying no more. You got a side piece or whatever. And y'all just like I don't care. But y'all like we got kids. Do it for the kids.
You want to speak from experience.
Talk about it. We might have all been here, or some of us been
personally,
here.
I'm gonna, because granted, I wasn't married, but I have a child.
You may have been invested
I have a 5-year-old
somewhat, yeah.
son, and I thought his mom was
That was
mine
it.
forever.
Yeah.
I think nothing is worth my sanity, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, I think I can't be the best parent I can be if I'm not all the way there in my mind, right?
Yeah.
And I think if I'm in a relationship and I'm absolutely miserable and it's causing me not to feel like I'm not sane.
Did you try more than you would normally try?
Absolutely.
You're
I
like,
gave
I'm gonna just
absolutely
keep
everything.
see what's happening. Yeah.
And I mean, literally, I gave everything, but it just didn't work. We at the end, and she's a great person as well, and the greatest mother I can ever ask for to my child. I'm not going to downplay her at all.
Yeah.
But when you want different things, you want different things. Some things you won't bend or fold for, right? But in the event that you're not happy in a relationship, it makes no sense staying in a relationship for the child if you're not the best you that you can be. Your child deserves that, right? Your child deserves the best two parents.
How long did you try that? Like, after you was like, this ain't going nowhere, and she knew it wasn't going nowhere. But of course, you probably tried.
I tried for like a little over a year.
And then you say, yeah, this ain't
I
it.
felt like, bro, I felt like I was losing my mind. Like, literally, I didn't feel like myself. You know, like, I caught myself doing stuff, and I'm like, yo, who the fuck is this person? Like, what am I doing? This is not me at all, right? And I caught myself being different with my child. That was the closing point right there, right?
Because you was upset all the
My child
time.
was crying because he's hungry, and I'm mad at him for crying, and I'm yelling at my kid.
Because you just frustrated about other shit. Yeah.
Right. No, I'm not the best parent I can be because I'm not happy. You have to be happy and content with yourself to be the best parent that you can be. You have to be. If you're in a miserable situation, just think about if you're at work and a customer comes in miserable and upset and they yell at you or scream at you. Now you're upset. Now you feel some type of way.
And
you was cool before they got there.
You start acting different towards your coworkers because this customer made you feel some type of way.
You ready for lunch break now.
Now imagine that consistently every day, all day in a relationship, right? And your child is the one that's suffering. So I would never put my child through that, ever. And I talked to her and we both agreed and we're like, yo, we're not the best people we can be because we're both not happy in this situation. And our child deserves so much more than this, right? So, and now that we separated, I'm the happiest I've ever been. And she moved on and she's about to get married and she's super happy and being a great mom. So this is the best thing.
Y'all straight, yeah.
Right? Now we're able to talk to each other. Because before I want to strangle her. I thought about it.
Yeah.
Man, why is murder illegal? Yeah, I'm just playing, but
whoa.
Seriously, your child deserves the best, parents possible.
Yeah.
So do whatever you have to do to be that for your kid, right? Because like he said earlier when we were talking about religion, the sins of the parents fall to the child, right? So do whatever you have to do to be the best parent. So put yourself in a positive place mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, whatever you have to do to be the best you, because your child deserves that. They depend on you. You know what I'm saying?
I heard a lot of gospel being spoken. I wish I had my choir robe on.
Because that boy's smart. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That boy got knowledge.
Wild Child, where you at on this?
All right, take a drink for that. Goddamn. You deserve a drink after that speech.
Yes, I do.
Where you at on it, Wild Child?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely piggyback off that one with pride, straight up 1,000. And the simple fact is because like he said, like I've been in that situation, and I could speak literally off experience where like you have to be the best, and if you as the woman is not the best parent and y'all just not getting along or disagreeing and XYZ ABC whatever that shit is, dead that shit, end that shit for real. Because if you ain't at your best and I'm not at my best, then what are we really doing? What are we really doing?
Now your child is getting subpar parents.
Yeah, it's like 40% parents. and it doesn't.
That's
make
why
any
that
sense.
job interview is very important.
And it's very important. And I'm not saying, like I said, I agree with him too. Like I wouldn't have no other way to have my son with the mother, that he has right now. Like she is great, awesome, and amazing. It's definitely still some shit that I don't agree with. It's definitely still some shit that I question in the sense of that. But my son is still taken care of. My son is still breathing, living, healthy, happy, and loving. Mm-hmm. So there is no other person that I would ever have my child with. But I know we disagree. Mm. So that's the long story short. And if she's doing better where she's at right now, and I know I'm not the best parent, but I'm doing the best that I can right now in regards to whatever I'm doing, then I'm perfectly fine. And my son looks up to me 1,000%. So it's one of those things where I know that she's doing what she can, and I would definitely do whatever I can to make sure that he has the best life. And that's the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's the end of the day. As long as we both pushing for him to have the best life, that's the only thing I can ask for.
Bun B said, keep on pushing.
That's what he said.
Keep on pushing. Hey. Keep on pushing.
Oh, I knew he was going to do that.
Keep on pushing.
Yeah,
I gotta keep on
pushing. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, keep on pushing. And
loving and living and loving.
You tried it though.
Yeah.
You tried it.
I can't get it. Tell them how it go.
You gotta live and love. You gotta live the life you love and love the life you live. You gotta keep on living and loving at the same time.
So, and that's what I do. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I really do live the life I love, and I really do love the life I live, no matter what material, finances, or whatever the case may be. I get out there and get busy, and I figure it out later. That's the life I live.
I'm gonna say
that is the life I live.
So I'm gonna say this. First off, I'm gonna piggyback with some honesty. I'm gonna drop a bomb before I speak. I'm not one of those regret guys, but I am gonna say this. I don't regret my son, but boy oh boy, I do regret who I had my son with.
Okay.
So it's just dropping gospel. Like,
and I ain't got nothing else in my cup to hear this.
Yeah. You need drink for that.
Give me a second.
But same applies. I'm saying the same thing with just a little going further on it. Like, I did try that. We did get to a point where we were like, this thing ain't working. This thing ain't working here. And I said, hey, I'm from a Southern household, and I'm going to be 1,000% honest. I was there longer than I probably should have. And it was more because of, hey, you know what? When you get a girl pregnant, you're supposed to marry her. That's why I was just like, she pregnant, I'm going to marry her. I'm not saying I married her. I'm just saying that's the mindset.
That's that South shit.
That's that South shit. So I was like, she pregnant. She had a baby. I was like, this ain't what I was raised up on. We supposed to get married. I supposed to stay. I don't supposed to be doing this. Stuff was crazy stuff going on. There was people doing this and people doing that. And I was just like, but just keep on believing and keep on talking about it and keep on working out. Keep on pushing. And then I was like, this ain't going nowhere. We talked about this. Years are passing. Ain't nothing still changed. I'm not one of those people to say people can't change, but it was eventually you're like, are you finna deal with this? Are you finna deal with this? And then I'm like, I love my son. I take care of my son. She doing her part. I'm doing my part. And then I'm going to just do that from the distance. Just say, hey, what day I'm supposed to pick him up? Boom. What day we do this? Oh, you need money for school pictures. We can discuss that and see what's going to happen. But at the same time, I don't think there's nothing to say. There's no choice. You have to be here. Like, you don't have to be in a situation. Now I ask myself this question. Before people, now we're just like, cheat. If you don't like it, cheat. If you don't like this, leave. My question is just like this. Are you here because you want to be with me and I want to be with you? Are you here because you're like, well, that's the rules we supposed to be together. That's what you're supposed to do, and etc. And I realized eventually, I'm like, that's why I'm here. I'm just here because I'm like, that's what I'm supposed to do. It's just like somebody said, that's what you're supposed to do. I was like, all right, I'm going to just do it. And then I was like, you miserable. She miserable. Y'all ain't trying to be together. I did like the Pontius Pilate and just washed my hands.
Right.
Talk to him, Scorp.
First of all, me personally.
Get that camera off. I've been holding this in.
Yeah, but Chuck and I gotta go pee-pee.
Oh, shit. I did good the first time.
Yo, pissy ass, what?
Just to let y'all know, if y'all not watching this on Facebook Live, you know, in the group, we got Velvet going to pee. So we're gonna make sure we keep this on the episode.
Oh, man. That boy pissy. Hey. That boy pissy. Hey. Y'all sleeping on the south side right now. Hey.
But me personally, you know, I don't think you should stay in a relationship or marriage for the kids, because you know it's not gonna work out. I done seen it firsthand with, I know several people who have stayed in a relationship for the kids, and I told them, like, to me personally, that's the wrong thing to do, because if you just doing it for the kids and y'all not happy, you know, y'all should just split up. Because say you stay for the kids and y'all not happy, then you say y'all even stand together. I mean, y'all still gonna bump heads, regardless of the fact. Even if, you know, you stand for the kids, but me, for the kids, you just, you know, just go y'all separate ways, and, you know, you still be there for the child, whether it's a boy or a girl. You know, for me and my perspective, you know, I say I don't regret my daughter 100%. You know, she the reason why I'm keep on pushing and doing what I'm doing, you know, because when I talk to her or when we see each other, you know, I can see her smiling and stuff like that, you know, that makes me happy, you know, that or if I talk to my daughter on the phone, you know, they let me know she's okay. And she know who her daddy is, and she know what her daddy doing.
You the pet
you know. Her daddy's out here working, you know, trying to do stuff for her, not just out here, you know, being out here in the streets or doing other stuff. You know, I'm doing what I got to do for my daughter. You know, to let her know that her dad is out here, you know, living a good life, you know, and stuff like that. But as far as, you know,
Kanye and T-Pain discussed this as well.
But as far as, you know, staying in a relationship with the kids, no, it's not going to work. You know, because you do that, I can say, I've seen a couple of people from experience that they tried it for the kids, and 2 months later, you know, they back where they started from. So
started back at one.
Exactly. But, you know, just to me, just do what you gotta do for your kids, not for the person that you had the kids for. And then in the end of the day, you know, y'all can still try to co-parent with each other, you know what I'm saying? You know, just be there for your child, no matter if you with somebody else or not. You know, first thing first, that child is always should be your number one priority, no matter what.
What if the baby mama say, I have nowhere to live, and I know you got a girl now. Can I live with you?
I mean,
that was a question, wasn't it?
We said we was going to talk about this, and we never talked about it. You could be simple or you could be detailed. That's on you.
I got another kind of comment / question after this.
Yeah, let him run it.
But it's everyone.
Yeah.
Personally, to me, that's basically something if I got a girl, you know what I'm saying, and my baby mom says she ain't got nowhere to stay, then to me personally,
you gonna send her links to the local hotels?
I would say, you know,
career
if she was
builders
with somebody else, I'm saying first thing I would ask what happened to the person that she was with.
That's automatic. When people have a dude, they be like, "Where your dude at?"
What a nigga that was giving you that good.
Yeah. On top of that, you know, I would ask, okay, did you try to go back home to your mom? You know, that'd be the second question I ask.
Then you send career builders a link.
Get hotels in the 10-mile radius.
That's too close. That's too close.
Yo, So here's my question, man.
Hold it, please don't forget.
Go.
I just want them to finish, but don't forget it.
Yeah, go ahead.
The $8. Do it for the kids, or you actually invested? Like, if you're not investing, you're just saying, I'm just here for the kids. Like, is that a good move, or that's...
Yeah, I mean, it really just depends on the person, you know what I'm saying, the couple. Because if they real mature, you know what I'm saying, like you said, it's a business venture right there.
Yeah.
So you already invested with those kids right there. So if y'all can work that, like a machine or something like that, you know what I'm saying, it still runs smooth with y'all together with them, and you can show them that example. If they don't have you going crazy, you know what I'm saying, your composure, and you can work it out like that, then yes. But if you losing your composure and it's just not worth it, you know what I'm saying, you taking that frustration out on them, right? Then it's not worth it, you know what I'm saying, because you losing more than you gaining.
I'm gonna tell you an offer. I'm gonna stay with what you're saying. I'm gonna just tell, and you could speak how much you want to speak on it. But I was offered when me and my baby mama, we determined this is not gonna work. She was like, we should just still live together. But you could talk to whoever you want to talk to, and I could talk to whoever I want to talk to, and we're gonna. But yeah, like some people do that. But my thing was
abortion.
Like, to me, first off, it would have been awkward for me to just be like, you sitting there, I'm sitting there. What you doing, baby?
First of all, we break up.
I'm just
right.
No.
Yeah, and it's not out of jealousy. It's just I don't want to sit beside you and be like, "Oh, what you got on?" Like that's just.
Beside you, I don't want to see you.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. What I'm saying, because I mean, it just depends on the relationship. Because I can say from experience. Okay. I've been through that situation to where, you know what I'm saying, both had to try to keep their composure. You know what I'm saying, able to work. And it actually worked, you know what I'm saying, as far as like discipline and watching over the little ones, and make sure they, you know, works right. Okay. But it just depends on, you know what I'm saying, especially if you ended it bad or something like that, you know what I'm saying.
Where y'all ended it?
Really, yeah, exactly. That takes a big part in that, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, it really just depends on the
like, and I'm not gonna say everybody that date. That's what's going on. This or still live together. But I have met girls before, and they'd be like, oh, my roommate's here and stuff. And I'll be like, oh, you got a roommate? Well, it's my baby daddy. We still live together, but I just ended it immediately. I didn't ask too many questions, and I know that's on me. To be honest, that's assumptions. But at the same time, I'm like, and it just may not be true. I'm just like, y'all live together, y'all. Something's going on. May not be true. It's just real awkward. For the third person, it's just like me and my baby mama, we live together, but I'm trying to holler at you. What time can I see you? You can't come here. I could come there, maybe, depending on what time, what day, and then it's kind of like, well, do you just say we ain't together, but we just whatever? Or, I don't know. It's just like a real. Have you ever talked to a girl and they be like, I still live with my ex or something? Yes. Did you just quit, or you?
I quit.
Talking. Okay.
Here's the thing. Even if nothing's going on, I didn't immediately think. I'm not a skeptical dude, right? So I'm not.
You still say, let's see.
I'm not just going to think, oh, because you live with this person, automatically y'all fucking.
Yeah.
But there's still gonna be drama, like no matter what.
Yeah. The other things.
Whether he or she says something, it's still. You're not going to break up with somebody and then live with them and then see them moving on with other people literally right in front of you and not feel some type of way.
And y'all still live.
You know what I'm saying? Whether you act on it or not, I just don't want that drama. Like, I just don't. I feel like I come without drama. So the least that I can require for you
is come without drama.
Is to be without drama. Yeah. I'm not saying you don't have to have kids or a baby daddy or ex-husband, whatever.
That's just part of your story.
Just be drama free. Like, resolve whatever situation you got jumping off over there. And I think it's
so you would make the attempt.
Responsibility, like whatever you got going on, you need to dead that before you get out here in the dating world.
So you'll make the attempt before, unless they show you otherwise.
Yeah, you got to fix that.
Can we get a female's point of view on that? As far as you know, what I'm saying, as far as living in the same quarters, you know, would that be a
let not play with?
Would that be something that you don't want to do because they are in the same place?
Lenopoly, we need you to enter the building.
Excuse me, madam.
Just yes or no. I mean,
Yeah.
Madam, I don't mean to interrupt, but we need your presence, please.
Let me steal his seat real quick.
okay.
So I kind of had this situation too, where I was like, let's.
It was you or somebody else? That...
Like both of us. It was like, hey, this is what would be best or whatever, and it didn't work. Like I feel like that's only gonna last.
You would try. You tried though.
Yeah, I tried, but I feel like too it's kind of like how long y'all been together, like your past with that person. Like if you don't have anything, like if you don't have a basic friendship with that person anyway, and y'all just kind of have a kid, which is probably your situation. I'm not sure, Velvet, but it sounds like that. But
that's what happened when you be walking around being a side piece. My younger life was not good.
Everything happens for a reason. But it's just like, honestly, I feel the same way as you. I wish it wasn't that person, but I don't regret her.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't think it'll work. Like,
No.
if the friendship isn't there, I don't think you can go back to. You can't have a relationship that wasn't built on a friendship and think you can go back to being friends because you were never friends.
So it's really based on
you were never friends.
Where were y'all during the relationship? Where were y'all? Were y'all just fooling around, or y'all was really there? Because I'm not even saying this will never work. I'm just saying in a lot of situations it won't. But in some, if y'all was I really cut for you. I just think the only reason I feel it gets awkward is you can talk to other people and you can or you can't. Then it's like, who can come over here? Who can't? What you be doing? Then it's like, ooh, that's make me feel a way. Are you jealous? Are you not?
It's still awkward.
Yeah.
Even if the two exes are on amazing terms, right? And y'all are.
Some people ain't worried about their ex. They just like, I'm just glad you had something to eat today.
Y'all are trying to do it for the kid or whatever the situation is, but y'all are staying together. For the other person, it's still awkward. It's weird. Like, I feel funny having this amazing relationship with you and then dropping you off at your house where your ex stays. That's fucking weird, bro. That's weird. Like, I feel some type of way about that. You know what I'm saying?
And they're like, I got my own bedroom and he got his own, but you still like...
But you in a house with your ex, though. Right. That's fucking weird.
The day when I can't come through, you might have other options.
We got coordinates.
You might peck on the door and say, "Come through, honey."
At the same time. Or even if he is cool with it, it's still weird. Like I don't want to be in the house on the couch watching a movie with you and your ex is walking by. Bro.
And you be like, "Yo, what up, bro? How that movie going?"
He like, "You saw the game?"
Like, don't dap me up. I don't want to. What are you doing here?
Hey, who you got tonight in football? Who you got tonight?
Like I'm taking a knee.
Weird. Bro.
You need to go somewhere and take a knee.
I don't think. Me personally, I don't think you should. I think whatever situation or drama you're going through with your ex or whatever it may be, resolve that before you put yourself out there in the dating world. And I mean completely resolve that, right?
Hold on.
Before you put yourself out there in the dating world.
If Rick Ross was here, he'd say one thing. Continue.
And you're absolutely right. It depends on the situation, right? But I feel like if the other person is presenting themselves with no issues and no drama, and they have all their baggage, dealt with, then you should at least be the same, right? Deal with your shit before you get out there, and don't come with excess baggage to a relationship, bro. I don't want to deal with that.
I want to know what DJ Darrell has to say about this.
I do too.
Wow. Shoot, I would agree with all y'all. Y'all been through it, man. I don't have any kids, so I'm learning from y'all.
He all light skin with no kids.
Baby face, bro.
I changed my mind. I want to hear what he got to say.
Yeah,
kidless ass motherfucker.
He licked his lips when he said it. Talk to us. I'm sure you still have a perspective on it, though.
I mean, shoot, man. Y'all gave some good points. I'm just sitting here learning from y'all, and Yeah, that's crazy. Like, why would I want to date somebody who's still living their baby father, man? That's crazy.
Let me ask you this, though. Before you touch that, the original question, like, if you were with somebody and y'all had children, would you feel, and y'all were getting to the point that you feel like this ain't working, she feels like it's mutual agreement, but y'all's just saying, you know, that we got kids and stuff. Because it's not a bad thought to think. I think anybody that has kids would be like, I want my child to grow up in a 2-parent home. That's not a bad thought to think. But at the same time, it's like,
I can't stand that trick.
Yeah. That's why I still say it that way. I'm not saying this is crazy. I'm just saying, do I want to be with a person that I'm not? This person don't make me happy.
I agree with y'all, but at the same time, I would say if you don't have she don't have a ring on the finger, y'all not married, you can go your separate ways if it's bad. But if y'all married, ain't no cheating or beating, y'all made those vows to each other, why not try to work it out?
So are you anti-divorce? Are you like...
I'm anti-divorce, but I think there's some things like you shouldn't ruin your health. Like Menace was saying, you shouldn't become a bad parent because that person is making you miserable. Shouldn't be cheating on each other, beating on each other. That's grounds.
If it just gets crazy, If
it's just beyond controllable, But if it's something you can work out, keep sticking to it because that is the reason why you put that ring on the finger.
That I'm not gonna disagree with. Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with making the effort. And if the effort works, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that because the effort works. But there are people that be like, we've been doing this for 5 years. Every time I look at your face, I want to throw up. And they and y'all still there. That's what I'm talking about. But if y'all like how Ace Dollar said, hey, you know, it works, we get along. I'm not against that. But the ones that want, the moment you walk in the door, I'm just like, I wish I had a bat. I would just smack you upside the head. Like, that's kind of like you out here thinking crazy stuff.
That's
like,
miserable, man. That's miserable.
But even if it's not that bad, right? Like Ace was saying,
when you move on, it's kind of weird. Then,
But like Ace was saying, it's y'all still end on good terms. How do you pursue another romantic relationship, living with your ex, trying to make it work for your kid? That's if I'm not emotionally invested in you, and I don't want to be in the same household.
Watch this. I'm gonna have the same energy.
And I think people put such a negative stereotype on kids being raised and separated. Granted, it's not the ideal way.
Of course,
you want your kid to grow up with both parents, but your child growing up with two separate parents in separate household isn't necessarily a bad thing either. Especially if both of y'all are still great parents.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be in the same household with you for us to be great co-parents. I just don't.
I can agree with that.
If I could add on to what y'all saying, because sticking together and being miserable, that's worse than being in separate households and being happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can ruin the kid's childhood like that.
So I'm gonna have the same energy. If it was me, if we flip the roles, if I was living with my ex, I don't think I would even be trying to. I don't think I wouldn't be trying to talk to nobody. Because the same way if a girl say, yo, I live with my ex, how I just be like, I'm good. If I was on the phone, I'm like, yo, you should come through. My ex here, but she in the other room. I'm not finna have that conversation. We used to be together, but we just friends. It ain't like I'm not even finna have that conversation. I'm just like if I'm not working,
Now I'm a worldly guy. We still out here getting it. So.
I think I know what that means.
That means I still got mouths to feed.
We just getting together.
I know the definition of this.
Especially if your ex can't beat me, I don't want to hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? But as far as taking you serious, absolutely not.
Yeah,
you can't. I just couldn't. I couldn't.
This guy ain't scared of nothing, man.
That's my guy.
I see why y'all call him business.
You see? I told you I wasn't joking.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
I told you I wasn't joking. But I'm gonna say this because the simple fact that, like I said, I'm actually, divorced and, being the
separated.
Being the best parent I can be.
You gotta give him the it's okay rub. Don't worry about it.
Why are you touching me right now? And why are you patting me right now?
Don't worry.
Menace, Jug, get off me. Get off me.
Bad cook. Give me 50 feet.
But I am divorced, and I've been divorced for about 2 years now, a little bit over 2 years. And I can personally say, in regards to my child, he's smart, awesome, and amazing.
Yes, he
If you can do it, just do it for them, because it ain't even about you and her no more. It ain't. Like, that's all you can do.
Yeah.
Like, so that's why I was like, when we're trying to have this conversation about staying in the same household. Like, if y'all was miserable before staying in the same household, as we touched before, if you can't live together, then why be together? Simple situation. If you can't live together, then why be together? Because I gotta stand you 24/7 when we living together.
Right.
And if I can't stand you 24/7, right?
Yeah.
So, like I said, I can personally speak from parent. I'm not the best. I appreciate her dealing with me, but I'm definitely not the worst.
At least you honest.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not the worst either. So, in my personal experience,
I don't want to hear that from nobody. I'm the best.
yeah.
Do what you do.
We definitely not DJ Khaled in this house.
Yeah.
DJ Khaled. So, in that particular aspect, it happened the way it happened. It is what it is. In the words of the movie Meet the Robinsons, we got to keep moving forward.
So I'm gonna just say this: I'm starting to feel like there might be a part 3 to this. We've been diving real deep here.
But you know what? To your part 3, I think we should actually have a majority ladies in here, bro, because we got to get this woman side.
Yeah, because
I need to
y'all.
be in here, though.
Something tells me Menace may be trying to find a new baby mother himself.
No. Let's be very clear. Menace ain't having no more kids.
He's already got his tube tied. There ain't no S at the
I wanted a
end.
boy. I got him. I'm done.
I got my son too. Question number 2 in regards to these second kids. If I ain't marrying to somebody's stepchildren, it ain't gonna happen.
That just lets me know that we're gonna get to the shout outs.
Wait, I did have a question. My bad. Should I save it?
Save it. It might get too deep, and I'm trying to save this piss.
Okay.
DJ Darrell, where are your shout outs? I'm dancing over here.
Nah, just same thing, man. Shout out to the fam, and shout out to y'all, man, for having me. That's it, man. Keep it simple.
Woo! Ace Dollar. Anybody need a shout out?
Yeah, again, like I said, I appreciate that. I want to hear that part 3.
Yeah. We're getting somewhere.
I think we gonna be a room full.
Yeah.
People. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like this should be the battle of the sexes.
Oh! Hold on. Do you got your shouting shoes on? Scorpion King, give your shout outs.
That's the part 3.
Give your shout outs. We're gonna have to talk about what men do and what women do. Or should do. Hold your horses. I see people jumping off their seat. Talk to them, Scorpion.
Battle of the sexes, we ain't got these other things. I'm gonna stay welcome having y'all on the set.
Good views.
Love y'all to come back.
Definitely.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Give a shout out to the children of the PimpCast all around the board. You know, give a shout out to my sibling, my offspring. You know, give a shout out to Lanafi, and she was back and forth in the comments and everything. And give a shout out to the fans.
Hey.
You know, because without the fans, you know, all this wouldn't be possible. You know, we thank y'all support. Thank y'all for y'all support. You know, all the comments in the group, everything. We love what we see. We love all the posts that y'all be putting in the group. And, you know, just continue to keep them coming. You know, we're going to reply. Even if we just looking or running. Like the Velvet Johnson be doing from time to time.
And I'm next. Let's say Wild Child, we in the building. It's a great. I enjoyed every minute of this. In part 1, part 2, whatever we got going on here, I enjoyed every minute of it. So I definitely am looking for this battle of sexes because I don't think no women want it with this group. I don't think no women want it with this group that we got here. So I'm actually gonna see about some stuff that we can talk about after the set to get you taken care of. So with that being said, I'm gonna shout out everyone, anybody and everybody that loves somebody. We love you too. Give a shout out to my offspring because we mentioned him during the show. Gotta show him some love because without him, I wouldn't try to be the better father than I'm trying to be for him. And we do this, man.
No.
We do this any and every day of the week. So the people that's listening, living and living, if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. And if you are tuning in and you ain't sharing, then you definitely withholding information.
Hey.
You definitely withholding information that should be shared. So please like and love and like. And if you need some help on liking and loving and liking, then just reach out. But we give some real shit here, and I love it. We all people. We all people at the end of the day. And these opinions are everything. That's all you got is your word and your livelihood. Your perception is everything. So continue to live the way you live. And if you ain't living right, then get right. Mm-hmm. If you feel like you're living right, then keep living the way you live and just hope it works out in your favor. Mm-hmm. So other than that, I'm going to turn it over to the menace. And then last but not least, the pissy motherfucker over there.
That's me. I got back from tinkle. I got my tinkle session over now.
We should get you a pen diaper, dude.
I was gonna put a bucket right here, but I said we got guests in the house. If they hear that sound coming from the bucket, then I say this ain't on my soundboard. This is a little different sound.
We taking all donations for the pen diapers for Kevin Johnson.
Lean on me.
If not, we gonna put that bag that he just connected to him to where he could pee to go right into the
Man, look, this goes somewhere and I get famous. I'm gonna be like, I'm famous. I'm pissing on myself. Y'all can't tell me nothing.
We just gonna interchange goddamn cheers.
Y'all will see me on TMZ. They be like, Velvet Juggernaut pisses on himself. I'm like, show did, and I cashed the check when I got through.
And it's worth 20, and that piss is worth $20,000.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's gonna be on eBay,
right? Velvet pissy ass goddamn cheer. Yeah.
Rock with a menace.
Yo, I wanna thank the other guests, as I'm a guest myself, but shout out to DJ Darrell and shout out to Ace. I definitely love their viewpoints.
For real.
Like hearing different perspectives. Yeah.
I like that there were more, opinions, a variety of opinions.
For real.
Free flowing. And shout out to Lanopoly. She was in and out. She was doing a recording. The session went well, so we definitely want to give her credit.
Definitely.
Thank you to all of you who listened. And it was great being here again. It's been a little minute, but it was definitely worth it.
You know how they told Aaliyah, it's been a long time. I should have left you without a dope beat to step to.
So, as y'all know, man, I'm always opinionated. I'm gonna say what's on my mind.
I like that.
Granted, it might have been a little blunt, but
abrasive.
It is what it is.
Whatever you want to call it, is there.
I like that. Don't lie to him.
I'm being very honest. I'm not up here, falsifying.
Straight coat.
Right? I'm telling you exactly how I feel, and I'm not trying to offend anyone or any group, or I'm just stating how I feel about.
If you're offended, keep on listening. We're not finished.
For real. If you feel differently, we welcome those opinions as well. Feel free to log on to the site and or check out the podcast and comment your opinion. We welcome different perspectives.
For real.
We love it.
So thank you for having me. One more time, New York, you already know what it is. Yonkers, stand up. Jamaica, It was great in the summer. Montego Bay. I'll be home in December again. Y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all don't know.
What the fuck is a dog? And I've been trying. I was waiting to this shit.
You had enough of this.
I told him I was gonna say the shit.
He wants to know what this is.
Please explain to the people.
It means you already know. Like, basically, you already know what it is. Pretty much.
Is that your word of choice, or you have plenty others?
You got plenty
I
others.
speak the language. I speak the dialect.
Tell him a little, just tell him have a good evening or something.
Not at all. Stay tuned for the next episode. I promise I'll do whatever you need.
Okay. Hey, mark that shit.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, mark that one.
The next episode that I'm on, whatever phrase y'all comment, I'll speak it how you want it. All right?
I like that.
And give them your email address just in case they need to.
nycmenace@gmail.com.
They might want to share some thoughts with you.
Get at me if you need.
Thoughts.com.
But again, thank you. Tonight was amazing. So thank you for everything.
Hey, we had some good views here.
Yeah, it was dope.
I'm gonna say this. First off, David, I'm gonna make sure to tell you. First off, I do want to say this. Be encouraged. No matter what's going on.
This is why you don't let black people know it.
You make it alright, but you gotta stay strong.
Everybody singing. I'm leaving.
I want you guys to be encouraged, and I want to follow it with
It's the unity, man. It's the unity.
it's something about your love that's got me going crazy. I think there's a Bible verse that said don't follow those songs in order. None that order. Anyway, I'm going to just go ahead and say shout out to my offspring. Shout out to the fam. Shout out to the whole PimpCast. You know how we do it. We're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up, big baby. Nice having our guests in the house. I hear handshakes. I'm going to go ahead and press the button because I got to make sure to get that handshake myself. Y'all keep it real sweet here.